erring on the side of caution. Gary Vitti said that he wants to wait until you're pain-free before you return to the court. But if this were a playoff game, would you be playing?
I'd play, but it's I played with it for about a week and a half, and the problem wasn't the first 2 quarters, but the last, the third and the fourth. I literally had a hard time walking, so I don't know how effective I'd be.
How important is it to you to get some reps in before the playoffs start, or are you okay returning once you guys are in playoff mode?
No, I mean, I'll definitely be back, well before the playoffs. So, it's important to kind of get a rhythm and try to get things in sync a little bit, find a little groove.
While you've been on the bench, your teammates have really stepped up, and you've been very involved in really helping them from a bench perspective. But what's the challenge to you once you return on keeping them in rhythm and getting yourself back into it?
Well, it's not very difficult. It's we just do what we do. Everybody's playing extremely well individually to help us as a whole, but it's still within the context of what we all do as a group. So it's not going to be very difficult.
From inside the locker room and the perspective, what has to happen for you guys to make a playoff run like you'd like to?
Well, just continue to think the game. We're doing a very good job thinking the game. We're communicating extremely well from the coaching staff on down through the players. And in the playoffs, that's what it's really about. It's about us communicating and solving puzzles out there on the floor.
All right, Kobe, good luck finding that fountain of youth. We can't wait to see you back out there. Mike?
All right, back over to his head coaching seat. Thank you, Heather. Well, the headline out of that is Kobe saying well before the playoffs. There's only 5 games left after this one, but sounds like he hopes to be back sooner in this run than some people thought. Now, what is it going to mean to the Lakers, the way they're playing now, when they get him back in?
Yeah, well, come on. He's a finisher. He's a star. He's a first-team All-NBA performer. And then also he's the guy that forces double teams and opens up Gasol and Bynum for one-on-one coverage. So having him back is major. The other big thing, when you look at their schedule, next Sunday they have Oklahoma City at home. Then they're off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then they're at Sacramento. If he came back, played those 2 games, practiced 2 to 3 days, he'd be fine, ready to go.
That hoop by Jason Terry stopped a 9-0 Laker run, met a world peace, and the Lakers in a better offensive rhythm here as they've cut a Dallas lead as high as 10 down to 1. Here with 7.5 about remaining in this first half.
Yeah, we tell you now, Barnes, Roberts, and Blake have really done a nice job coming in the game here. Not only with the points, but also Barnes with the 4 rebounds and also a couple of assists.
Nowitzki 0 for 5 from the field. See if Dirk can get going. West has had the hot hand. And Delonte, 7 of 10 from the field in this first half.
He can't play any better than how he's playing, and he has not forced one play yet. And all of it, if you notice, is in the middle of the court, so it's difficult for the Lakers to run a double team at him.
World peace, spinning, out of control, and a shot clock violation ends an ugly possession.
We know that when World Peace played for Rick Carlisle at Indiana, he was a monster post-up guy. And that was the year that he made the All-NBA team, and then he was All-Defensive Player of the Year. Main thing right now is you don't see him run into the post. And he has Vince Carter on him, and you know that if Carter's going to play behind him, he can punish him down there.
1 of 6 from the field for World Peace.
Nice.
Shot fake by West, finds Nowitzki. Dirk cannot get going. 0-4-6.
Well, all the stars that we thought would be glittering here in this first half. Bynum, Gasol, Nowitzki, I mean, come on. It's been a difficult day for all 3.
Yeah, it has. Vince Carter called here for the foul. Now you see where Dirk's misses have come from all over. Remember, this has been a very interesting season for Dirk. The knee bothering him, wasn't in the shape he wanted to be in to start the year. Took 8 days, 4 games off for conditioning. Came back, we saw him in Philadelphia have an unbelievable second half about mid-February.
Yes.
So the numbers aren't there. The question is, can he carry this team when it matters the most here in about 3 weeks?
Also, it means what are the guys around you doing? There you go. Swing in the middle. The double team comes from the top. Come right back to the reverse, right back to the baseline. That eliminates the double teamer. He read that perfectly.
West again. So Delonte West 8 of 11 from the field. Remember, West was out of this lineup for 6 weeks. And Rick Carlisle said huge to have him back for his presence and his defensive prowess in addition to the points we're seeing.
Well, I like the fact that he can defend. He can defend threes as well as the point guard or the two guard.
Barnes traveled. That'll be Dallas ball on the other side of this timeout. 16 points on 8 of 11 shooting after 21 points the other night.
And what I like about it, you see there.
And one of the teams also chasing farther back, trying to get in the playoffs, Utah. And the Mavericks go to Salt Lake City on Monday for the second of this back-to-back as Bynum comes baseline. It's a 2-point game.
Yeah, I like the fact that they're continuing to go to Bynum because that's why Bynum is working and he can handle all of this physical contact. Remember, he's 7 foot, he's 285. And the big key, he's down in here fighting. All right, force them as this game moves on to keep up their intensity on the rotations.
It's called the Avengers Initiative. What are you asking me to do? To become something more. Thor, light him up. You ready for another bout?
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
You got a mean swing.
In theaters May 4th. Until the world can live in peace. Until natural disasters no longer strike. Until that day, the men and women of America's Navy stand ready to answer the call.
We're pressed for time, so here it is. I'm looking for the one.
Andrew.
Now that was an up and under. He came in strong with his right hand and he gave the fake and he comes right back. Now just watch. See, there's your fake and now he tried to come back down in. He gets mugged in the lane, but he's so strong. Remember, 285 and he's got those long arms. Held the ball perfectly with both hands.
Sean Marion was saying he had all ball. He's the one who got called for the foul. Bynum short on the free throw, and a good job by Sean Marion to box out Barnes. Quick Nowitzki. Final minute till we go across the street for the halftime report. Bynum, deeper catches. Rimmed that out, world peace. Second shot for the Lakers this trip. On Jason Kidd. Muscles through him and scores.
See, that was a very smart move by World Peace, and that is he knew he had Jason Kidd on him. I'm not passing it out, and they're not double teaming me, so I'm going to spin on him and go right in his face.
Defensive 3 seconds called. And a technical free throw coming for the Mavericks. Gives us a chance to remind you that we head across LA Live, across the street, to John Barry, Michael Wilbon, Chris Broussard, and Hall of Famer Magic Johnson. Blackberry halftime report. Highlights of Game 1, the Heat victory over the Knicks despite Carmelo's great game. He had 42. You can nominate today's bold play at #BoldPlay. I thought John Barry was going to come over, say hi.
Oh.
You know, we're here in LA. Did you get a call from John? I didn't. Once again, John keeping to himself, but we'll see the guys coming up here at the half. Gasol watches Nowitzki. Dirk on the deck. Barnes coming down, called for the foul.
Well, this is what you'd like to see more of. Let him catch the ball, foul line extended. And then when he makes the catch and you clear out a side, he can take his man. He's so difficult because of that fade, that right there. They had a plan for that. And then now who you want to make the call. I don't care who you make the call on. The big thing is that you're sending him strong to the basket, and then if he gets the shot off, he has a potential 3.
Dirk wanted it in the act of shooting. Zach Zarba just looked at him with a wry smile. Shot clock running down. Jason Terry a 3 from straight on.
Oh, my. Now that was difficult, mainly because Blake got a piece of that on the initial fake.
5th all-time 3-pointers made, Jason Terry. Final seconds of the half. It's Ramon Sessions over Kidd. Short, and we hit the half. A half where Dallas did a very good job in shooting percentage, even with Nowitzki 2 of 10. The Mavericks shot 55% from the field on the Lakers to take a 6-point lead into the locker room. It got started early with a couple of Jason Kidd threes, and Jason standing by with Heather.
Mike, thanks so much. Jason, after getting some rest on Friday night, what role does sort of that rest play in your success in this first half?
Well, energy, coming out, I feel fresh, setting the tempo, trying to give my guys some shots, and hopefully they'll start knocking them down.
And your star, Dirk, got his first field goal with about 2.5 minutes left in the half. How have you guys been able to compensate for his lack of scoring?
Well, D. West is playing great. He's picked up the offensive load, and that's what the team is all about. If our stars, struggling shooting the ball, other guys got to pick it up. So hopefully he can make some in the second half.
All right, Jason, we'll let you get to the locker room. Thank you.
And 16 of those points that he mentioned for Delonte West. 5 Lakers have scored over 7. Blackberry halftime report coming up. John Barry, Michael Wilbon, Chris Broussard, and Hall of Famer Irvin Magic Johnson across the street. Bynum just 4 of 13.